Every day there are new tools and channels being released to help grow e-commerce businesses. Sadly, this makes a lot of the information we receive on a daily basis outdated. That's why I wanted to put together this video as a relevant guide for what's working today in the brands we own and the clients we manage at Common Thread Collective. Walking away from this video, you'll have clarity on which paid media channels are providing the highest ROI and how to use them to grow your e-commerce brand this year. If we go back to the e-commerce growth equation, the first three variables are what provide our marketing plan. Conversion rate optimization, or CRO, and lifetime value, or LTV, both deserve their own video. So in this part, we'll just be focusing on visitors. There are an infinite amount of ways to get people to your website, but the core pillars we like to focus on are two: social and search. While search and social both have an organic side, we'll be focusing on the paid side today because this is what we believe to have the most consistent, predictable, scalable leverage for brands. Let's start with social. The social media landscape has become crowded with more than enough tools for brands to pick from. So rather than getting into opinions, we believe in making data-backed decisions. Based on our data from over 200 emerging DTC brands, Facebook, or Meta, remains at the top in terms of paid acquisition. But a lot of brands are seeing success with TikTok ads as well, so we'll focus in on these two today. In terms of Meta, here are the three things that we're really keeping on our radar going into this year. Number one is Advantage Plus campaigns. These are campaigns that leverage Facebook's machine learning to target audiences that are likely to purchase. That means, yes, you are releasing control to Meta's AI and letting it do a lot of the targeting for you. But more automation for things like targeting means you can focus more on high leverage activities. But before you move away from the ad account, the next thing you need to do is get that consolidated account structure. Account structure is one of the things that, if set up improperly, can prevent your ads from scaling effectively and being profitable.
So if I've got Advantage Plus campaigns and a consolidated account structure, I'm good, right?
Not yet. That's where the third best practice for Meta comes in: creative, creative, creative. We cannot state this enough. In 2023, creative strategy is going to be one of those things that separates the kids from the brands that are winning. Remember to keep in mind highlighting not only bestsellers or products with high margins, but also products that lead to a higher LTV over time. Moving on to TikTok. Now, we don't have nearly as much data on TikTok as we do on Meta. But what we do know is developing native creative comes first. Another way to put this is an ad that doesn't look like an ad. One way is to partner with creators that align with your brand and also have a proven success record of getting performance on the platform organically. You can do this with your own direct outreach using a spreadsheet, or you can use a third-party creator management platform like our friends over at Incense. Either way, once you started to work with creators, one of the things they can allow you to do is spark ads. This is where users see the creator's profile in the ad rather than the brand's. This is yet another way to make your ad not feel like an ad. We'll be releasing more on this in the future, but if you feel like TikTok ads provide an opportunity for your brand, then I encourage you to check out our TikTok ads playbook. This is where you can get instant access to in-depth instructions on launching your TikTok ad strategy as soon as possible. Now, we didn't cover much about alternative platforms like Snapchat or Pinterest, but what you'll start to notice as you get into these platforms is a lot of them use the same principles. So if you're willing to test, track, tweak, and you have reason to believe that your audience is on these platforms, then consider investing in these as well. While you want to drive purchases and achieve profitability with paid social, its superpower is generating demand. So where do you go to capture that demand? Because people aren't usually on TikTok looking to purchase something. It's paid search. Paid search can be one of the most deceiving marketing channels because of how simple it seems.
I just tell Google to put my name at the top for certain keywords and I'm good, right?
No. Traditionally, we've thought of Google as solely a search-based platform for bottom-of-the-funnel purchases. But with the rollout of Performance Max campaigns, they're empowering brands to have a more concise cross-channel experience. YouTube, display, and even Gmail are now just a few clicks away. And rather than previously where you had to wonder which campaign type would be the right one for you, Google's automations do the work for you and place you on the channels predicted to get you the highest return. This leads us back to the same focus as paid social. If I'm not pushing buttons in the ad account, then what am I focusing on? Creative strategy is one of those things that deserves more of your attention. Now, this doesn't mean producing ads that have the highest production value available. It has to focus on storytelling and aligning that creative strategy with your overall business objectives. Now, just because you have Performance Max campaigns and you have the right creative, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to be successful. You still need to put careful thought into telling the ad account to do what you want it to, not what Google wants it to do, which is spend. At CTC, we talk a lot about symbiotic relationships, or what Stephen Covey would call win-win. Well, when you put in the right campaign goals, set the appropriate budgets, and add ROAS and CPA targets in the ad account, you put yourself on track to execute on your forecast, which is a win-win for everyone. Google has been more than search for quite some time, but this year more than ever, we're using it as a demand generation and demand capture tool. Now, once you've generated demand with paid social and you've captured demand with paid search, and you have them both running like well-oiled paid acquisition machines, how do you actually get more from the customers that you've acquired? That's where maximizing your LTV comes in, which we'll be covering in next week's video, which will be linked up here and in the description once it's published. You can find other videos, free and paid resources, in the links in the description as well. See you soon.